Reen's Super Secret Collection? Reen's Super Secret Collection of what? Oh no, he's back. Hello once again, one and all. And when I'm not writing the coattails of everybody who responded to Anime Anita Sarkeesian, I mean Discount Notica Manabe, I mean Noralities, I'm usually gushing about how much I adore a little series called Love Live. Those of you that are familiar with the series may have noticed the symbols of certain characters on my profile picture. And as much as I would love to have this video be about me ranking the characters from worst to best, including the characters that I think should die in a hole, or the upcoming Superstar anime, which I'm very excited for, I'm going to be talking about certain fans. You probably know the ones by the title of the video. Now, from my experience, the Love Live fandom is pretty civil compared to others. But as with any group of people, there are always going to be bad eggs, and these bad eggs in particular are...
Feel the anger coming, feel my patience running. Well, it's plain to see that you have lost your temper.
lunatics who probably shouldn't consume any form of media ever again. This will be similar to the Noralities video that I made, but this is more talking about the fans in general rather than a specific video or post. That said, the comments that I'll be reading through are from the Instagram account known as Love Live Confessions, which basically showcase a bunch of posts that are related to the titular series. Whether they be headcanons, opinions, or shipping and talking about how all the girls are definitely gay for each other. That last group will probably think I'm an asshole for straight shipping Honoka with an OC. That said, this is not an attack on Love Live Confessions themselves. They just showcase the comments made by people that follow them. They don't necessarily support or deny any of the opinions or things that they say. But I have my own opinions, so let's dive into the comments made by people that defend the rights of fictional characters. Kill me now! First dramatic rereading. From the account Love Live Confess, which pretty much does the same as the last confession account. I'm not sure if they're the same person or different. I assume that they are the same person. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. For context, this is an idol story snippet that involves the characters Ruby Kurosawa and Karin Asuka. The people saying that they're 15 to 16, like it makes it any better. Besides, I think they knew what they did was wrong, and I think it was an uproar. You should see the Love Live Underground days when Yosemi's skirt was so short you could see her crotch, and an image with Honoka in a bath. Unfortunately, this stuff won't be stopped no matter how hard you try, so it's just complicated, especially since it's anime and not IRL. If we should be weirded out, though, there are child idols taking pictures in bikinis and stuff. That's just yikes to me. Okay, Tumblrina, several things. One, them saying that Ruby is 15 is just correcting general misinformation. It's not really much of a gotcha moment. Secondly, those images of Nozomi where you could supposedly see her crotch in her skirt, well, I've looked at the older images, and yeah, they may be a bit short, but nothing's visible. Thirdly, the Honoka image you pointed out, I believe is this one, doesn't really look that bad to me. I didn't know practicing good hygiene was inherently sexual. And if it makes you upset, well, it's not my fault or anybody else's that you can't control your boner. And like you said, this isn't going to change anytime soon. So at this point, you're just bitching for the sake of bitching and wasting your breath. If you're so triggered by the images, just don't look at them. Dramatic rereading number 2. Because it's shit. Not you guys trying to justify this shit. I don't care if I'll be at the age is wrong when you're younger. It's still sexualizing manners, ritual or not. The manner coded thing was referring to as how some of Ruby's traits could be seen as childlike, which makes sexualizing her somewhat worse. Thank God for the fan serviceless anime. Right. Fan serviceless. While we're still on this topic, why don't I do my dramatic rereading of what the original poster said. This was posted by Love Live Confessions, but it isn't Confessions themselves. It's just one of their commenters. Okay, so I know Love Live has a lot of fan service. No, it doesn't. And a lot of it I'm somewhat okay with, considering that every series like Love was sadly have a lot of fan service, so why you bitching? But a lot of stuff that tastes too fan and it's really uncomfortable. For example, these pictures, the stories gross me out because 1, Rena is 14, she's not real, and 2, Ruby is kind of cute. Super shy, loves candy, high-pitched voice, cute vibe, shorter than other girls, etc. But is also canonically 14. She's 15, you idiot. Also, I'm a pretty shy person myself, and I enjoy the occasional sweet now again. So I guess I just de-aged 18 years. Wow, you're really smart, man. Not saying that teens can't have these traits, yes you are. And 3, Karin is kind of assaulting Ruby, like she's clearly uncomfortable and Karin knows that she is. OP is referring to this idol story snippet where Ruby gets flustered when Karin starts pointing out things about her own chest. There is no assault here, and if you still want to go that route, technically it would be considered harassment. Also, it isn't out of character for Karin to do this. She always tries to make suggestive comments that will fluster the other characters. Do you truly like this series? Because I don't think you do. Back to Love Life Confessions, we have our next dramatic rereading. I'm reading and watching a lot of pre-anime Love Life content, and now I'm shocked at how sexualized it used to be. On the first CD, both Rin and Katori talk about flashing their underwear, and it feels so out of place with how the franchise is now. I'm glad it changed for the better, luckily because of all the female fans it attracted. Because there are absolutely no female fans that lust after the girls like some of the men do, obviously. And now we get to a series of comments on this very post that made me so angry, I nearly punched a hole in one of my walls. If you thought I was mean throughout most of this video, you're gonna think I'm an asshole now. Normalizing the sexualization of minors is bad, even if the minors in question are fictional. It doesn't matter if they're not real. They're supposed to represent high school girls, and I don't know about you, but people sexualizing characters that are in high school is gross and normalizes actual real minors in high school as being sexualized. Fiction affects reality.
Don't give me excuses, give me results!
And you provide absolutely no fucking proof about that claim. Also, fiction affects reality. I wonder where I heard that one before. Somebody else in the comments section of that post tried talking some sense into this partisan, and as you'll see, it didn't take. Okay, what's so fucking funny? Does a piece of fiction make you happy? Then boom, there it is affecting reality. Maybe on a smaller scale, but that's what's happening. No, it's affecting reality right now because we're arguing over it. No, because you're stupid. It's somebody who thinks it's okay to sexualize real high school girls, where to watch something where they indeed sexualize high school girls, that only helps to justify it to themselves, which again, is fiction affecting something in reality. If an adult is having sexual thoughts about a real-life high schooler, then they had problems to begin with. It had nothing to do with the medium they're consuming. And if the average person was that impressionable, we would literally have no kinds of action or violent media ever again. Have you talked to another human being before in your life? I don't care if it's fictional or not. Then that's a you problem. If you think it's okay to sexualize minors, even if they are fictional, I don't want to be around you because why in the world do you think it's okay for fictional minors to be sexualized? You said it yourself. It's because they're fictional. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's the long and short of it. There's literally nothing else you can add to that. There shouldn't be anything else said. You can't say in one breath that sexualizing minors is bad, and then in another openly condone it because, oh, they're fictional. Yes, I fucking can, and yes, I fucking will. Since harming actual children is bad, and drawings don't hurt anyone. If someone wants to draw Emma Verde with her Swiss mountains exposed, they can. No one's being harmed. If someone wants to draw Nozomi Tojo in all her glory, then you can washy-washy the shit out of her, so long as you don't take it out on actual children. Because as anybody with more than 2 brain cells knows, CP is illegal no matter where you fucking go. The argument then continues with the person responding to this lunatic saying that he cares about actual people being sexualized rather than drawings, you know, like a normal person would. And then he responds with this. It's not about protecting fictional characters. It's about protecting real people who have gone through that stuff, who might see that stuff and start thinking what happened to them is normal. To anybody who has been abused and happens to be watching this video, I'm sorry that this sack of crap is saying that your trauma has been normalized. Really, I am. If you are an adult and you find a character attractive and the character in question is supposed to be a minor and you know they are a minor, there is something extremely wrong there. So what are you going to do about it, aside from just whining on Instagram? Oh right, nothing. Knowing that a character is underage should mean a feeling of disgust anytime you see them sexualized, because if you're okay with fictional minors being sexualized, what's stopping you from being okay with actual minors being sexualized? Basic goddamn morals.
You're a special kind of stupid, kid.
You are protecting absolutely fucking no one. Bitching about drawings saves no one. You've saved exactly 0 fucking people. And sure, you could say, oh, well, you're not doing anything either, but I'm not trying to act like some kind of savior. If you use the Noralities excuse of fiction affects reality, you should never be taken seriously ever again. That's just my take. And sir or ma'am, whoever posted that string of replies claiming that drawing fictional characters in sexual positions or appreciating them makes you somehow contribute to the normalization of sexualizing minors, that makes you a shit human being, plain and fucking simple.
Calm down, son. It's just a drawing.
How ironic that the same fan community that took a stand against SJWs when they started complaining about Chika Takami's skirt are now whining and whinging about the other girls being sexualized, despite the fact that some of these very same fans will eat up dojins and draw Rule 34 like it's going out of style. And don't even try pulling the whole rules for thee, but not for me BS. You have no leg to stand on. If someone were to point out a contradiction that I said, or point out something that I could have done better, I'd be more than willing to listen to them. People like you who just bitch about fictional characters and claim that it affects real life learn nothing. You don't want to learn anything. You just want to be told you're right. No questions asked. Now to end this video on a positive note, why don't I read through some comments that actually are from people that have common sense. Go worry about real-life children that are being exploited and sexualized rather than an anime girl who's just being confident in herself. Agreed. At the people saying Karin is acting like a groomer is assaulting Ruby, I really don't know what to say, but watering down such a horrible term is really disrespectful towards the victims. Feeling uncomfortable at her behavior is totally valid, but please, keep in mind the consequences of using those terms so freely. They're very serious and not something to take so lightly. Please keep this in mind. I couldn't have said it better myself. If you don't like something, that's fine. It's when you try to shame the people that do that makes you a total dick. I don't think anyone should be judged for having crushes on fictional characters, even though the Niji and Liella girls are newer and don't have that same "but I've liked them since I was young" effect for me. I still wouldn't call anyone my age gross for having one of them as a waifu. I'm catching feelings for Ren, not gonna lie. And I don't deserve people coming at me saying, she's only 15! I was 15 once, and I'd love to explore my feelings about being a teenager in fiction, and also she's a cute anime girl. I don't know, man. I'm not hurting Ren in real life because she isn't real. I wish people would embrace the happiness and love rather than making everything into pedo shit. Like, just say you don't think adults should be happy and have fun. Just say that adults having interest is cringy. Check and mate. The guy handled himself beautifully and respectfully, a lot more so than I ever could have. These are the kinds of people that should be associated with a series like Love Live, not the friggin' partisans that try to act like Morality Interpol and shame people for having interests that don't affect people in real life. And as I said before, this isn't the Love Live Confessions or Love Live Confesses' fault. It's the commenters themselves that are making these claims. Again, they're just hubs for all things related to Love Live. I don't hate either of these accounts, and I comment on some of their posts on occasion, at least the ones that catch my interest. I hate the people that try to act high and mighty and claim that they're saving people when they're doing absolutely nothing. I think this is where I'm going to end things now. Maybe in the next video I'll focus on something positive rather than just being pissed off all the time. More than likely that video will be something Love Live related. I'm not sure what exactly it will be, but it will be, positive vibes. Lastly, for anyone that might be interested, consider following me on Instagram. I always make a habit of trying to post at least once a week. Mainly, it's art relating to Love Live, Jojo, other anime, and sometimes original material. But, of course, that's completely up to you. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.